Hello everybody, it's Raikou here and welcome back to another video. In this video, we are going to be doing a guide to using the Pokemon Corviknight. So, Corviknight, just to give a little background in case you don't know, is one of the strongest Pokemon in the overused tier right now and has many, strong points, I guess you could say. So, Corviknight's just really good. And to kick this thing off, we're going to start with the most popular set, which is the Defog, just straight up Defog set. So this set uses the item Leftovers to sustain Corviknight, as well as the move Roost, to allow it to keep coming in, and using the move Defog to get rid of opposing hazards, and then using Brave Bird for damage and U-turning out. You can run either a specially defensive set like I have right here, or a physically defensive set like the Smogon analysis suggests. Either works, but I would honestly prefer to go with a specially defensive set because the metagame is more specially offensive currently, and it allows Corviknight to survive many of the popular special attacks while still being generally bulky on the physical side. The ability is Pressure on this set, which allows it to deplete the PP of opposing Pokemon's recovery and offensive moves that they would use to check other Pokemon on your team. The second set is another popular set, which is Substitute Roost Bulk Up. This set also uses the Leftovers to heal HP that is depleted from the Substitute move, which allows you to basically put up a Substitute and hide behind it, while roosting and setting up bulk ups to boost your attack and defense stats, and then unleashing your power with Brave Birds. This set's not as good as the other set, but I believe that its offensive capabilities allow it to be a very unusual style of Corviknight and make it a very useful set to have on your team, especially if you have other forms of hazard removal and don't need the defog on the other sets. With this set, I'd prefer to run a specially defensive variant as well, seeing as you're boosting your defense and attack. You don't really need to run much investment into your attack, just go fully specially defensive and just set up bulk ups and sweep teams. So now we're going to move on to the third set. The third set is the exact same set, except for instead of Brave Bird, we're using the move Power Trip. In case you don't know what Power Trip does, Power Trip, basically, it's 20 base power, Dark type move, but then it gains 20 base power for every single stat boost you have. So every bulk up makes it gain 20 base power. So if you bulk up once, you're at 60 base power. If you bulk up twice, you're at 100 base power. If you bulk up 3 times, you're at 140 base power. And this is all while boosting your attack and defense, becoming even stronger and more bulky. This set may not be as good as I'd say isn't as good as the other variant of Bulk Up Corviknight that we've discussed so far, but it's still a very good option if you want to throw people off when they think their Pokemon is safe because they think you've got a flying move, but you actually have a dark move. Like if they brought in a steel type to resist your flying move, or an electric type, then you hit them with a power trip, and they take way too much damage for them to handle. It's just unpredictability. The third set uses the same item, same ability as the last 3 sets. However, it is a bit different. This set uses Iron Defense to boost your defense a lot more than Bulk Up would, and then the move Body Press to basically do tons of damage. In case you don't know what Body Press does, it uses your defense stat to attack the opponent. So if you boost your defense with Iron Defense, which is essentially doubling your defense, then Body Press will be doing tons of damage. It's like using a Sword Stance, but it also makes you more bulky on the physical side. So the third move is, of course, Roost to restore your HP, and U-turn just to pivot out because U-turn is a very good move. So the EV spread's the same, pretty much. It's specially defensive and allows you to survive many special hits in the current metagame. The fourth set I've got right here is a very, very gimmicky set. It's actually, instead of leftovers, it's a life orb on this set, which allows you to maximize your damage output. This one's a very offensive Corviknight. It has agility to double your speed. In this case, we're running a lot of speed investment. We're running max speed, and doubling it makes you faster than a lot of common threats in the metagame. In fact, I believe you outspeed Dragapult. Yes, you do. You definitely outspeed Dragapult. And Roost, of course, to heal your HP, because recovery is great, especially on Pokemon who are bulky even on offensive sets. Then we have Dual Stab, which is in Iron Head, and Brave Bird. It's not a standard set by any means, but it can catch opponents off guard if they think you're going to be standard Defog or Bulk Up, and they taunt you. But you end up outspeeding them because you're running all that speed investment, and you set up an agility and take out some of their Pokemon. And then, of course, the fourth set. It's sort of a combination between a lot of the sets. It's running a especially defensive set, but you have the Life Orb instead of leftovers. And you have Defog and Roost, which is like a set, but then you also have Bulk Up and Iron Head for some offensive capabilities. With this set, it's just sort of a mix of all the sets if you're trying to cram a lot of stuff into one set. The reason I have Iron Head here is just because of... So I was looking at the metagame, and there's a lot of fairies who would possibly come in... Like, a lot of fairies have fire-type moves now, and wouldn't mind coming in on a Corviknight that they thought was Defog and just had Brave Bird. So if you show them that you're Defog, and they think that you're completely safe for them, you are definitely not, because you got an Iron Head. It's just a little bit of tech that I like to use. I really hope everybody enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and check the first link in the description that will bring you to a Discord that allows you to comment and interact with me. I really hope everyone enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.